What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, aka the King of Soul, and today we got some Nike Dunks to look at. The Nike SB Dunk Low, this is the Jarritos colorway. Before we get into the review, do me a favor, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. If you do dig the content, also hit that share button. These videos that we do on this channel are strictly for review purposes, so if you do happen to have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to drop those down below. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the review. So this particular sneaker, they actually did go ahead and give us this standard cream base Nike SB box. So you do have the all cream base, and then it has the hits of gray for the Nike swoosh and the Nike SB branding right here on the lid. Now, for the most part, pretty much throughout the entire box here, you do have more of that Nike SB branding. On the bottom of the sneaker, of course, you have your Nike brand in there, and then your copyright and trademark information there. So for those that do care about that, there you go. Now on the box label, it does read Nike SB Dunk Low Pro QS, and then the colorway reads Phantom and then Safety Orange. So when this sneaker did release, now when images first started to surface for this one, I was an immediate fan. I just thought that it was a well thought out concept sneaker. So we do have these collaborations, for me, sometimes I feel they can have an overkill situation where it's by you trying to do too much to the sneaker, you actually end up doing a disservice to the sneaker itself. Now this one, they actually kind of kept things a little bit simple, because again, in most cases, I've said this in videos in the past, sometimes less is more. They kind of kept the sneaker the exact same. It was just they kind of kept colors to kind of coincide with the Jarritos branding and everything. And then of course the materials that they did use with this one, there is a story, kind of like a grassroots, humble beginning situation. And I'll definitely go into that as we talk more and more about the sneaker. But when you do open the box lid, you are met with this white wax paper, and it does have these lines in it. It kind of looks like a wood material or something like that they're trying to, I don't know, I've seen that on other Nike Dunk Low sneakers. So I mean, I don't know if that's just something that's just, I don't know, I gotta kind of do more education to see why that is. I'm pretty sure there's a purpose behind it, but it doesn't come double wrapped or anything. It actually just has that one white wax paper. Let me move the box to the side, and then we're going to start with the right sneaker as always. But there you go, Nike SB Dunk Low Jarritos. And the thing for me was actually just the materials again that were used. I just felt everything, they kind of kept key elements of the Nike Dunk, to kind of again keep it simple, but just kind of the colorway, just like I said, just kind of just coincides with the Jarritos branding. So we're going to start with the right sneaker. And the thing that I did like most about this sneaker was they actually gave us a few lace options. And again, I'm actually happy to have this one in my collection. So definitely shout out to the seller for getting this to me, so I can actually review this this sneaker on my channel for you guys. But for the most part, throughout the entire sneaker, this is a pretty standard Nike Dunk Low silhouette. The only thing that was a little bit different again was just the materials that were used. So for the most part, the entire sneaker, it actually has this canvas material. There isn't really much leather you would find with most Nike Dunks. They actually use a nubuck material, even here in the toe box. The mid panel here in white, that's actually more of that nubuck material. So you do actually have canvas here for the Nike swoosh dyed in green. And then you have more of that woven canvas material for the panels here going toward like the back on the heel. You do have like that Jarritos brand there right there on the side close to the midsole. And then the canvas material does actually kind of goes from like here all the way to the toe box. So you have more of that canvas material here where the lace holes are. Now going toward the toe box area, you do have this perforated toe box area, just like with most Nike Dunks. And again, that is in that nubuck material. For the mud guard, you have more of that tan canvas material there. Now the sneaker actually does come with these flat white Nike Dunk laces. And then one thing that I did think was kind of slick was for the lace tips, they actually gave us this hunter green and orange lace tips here. Now this material for the tongue, it is kind of like a canvas material. It's not like the same as like the woven on this side here. It is a little bit different from like, you know, what most Nike Dunks. You do actually end up getting like a nylon mesh material. This is actually like a canvas material, and they did give us this white Nike tag, and this time they do have like the Nike swoosh with the Jarritos branding right there in orange and green. And they do have like, you know, the padded tongue just like they do with most Nike SBs. Going toward the medial side of the sneaker, you do have more of that woven canvas material for the panels. It's in tan. Going around here to the toe box, and then you have that green Nike swoosh. You have that white nubuck material here. Now the midsole of the sneaker, this time they did give us this in all white, and then there is the hit of green. On the other side of the sneaker, they have like that hit of orange there. Now the bottom of the sneaker, pretty much standard, what you would expect with most Nike Dunks. And this time did give us to us like, you know, in that green and orange. Just again, to kind of stay consistent with the Jarritos branding. Other than that, you do have the rear of the sneaker there. On this one, they do have the Jarritos logo. On this sneaker, on this side, they actually did give us this Nike branding over on the left sneaker. So for the most part, both sneakers are pretty much the same. Everything is consistent, even the bottom and everything. It's just that on this sneaker you have Nike. This one on the right you have the Jarritos branding. And one thing that I did like about the sneaker was that they actually did give us a few lace options. So first they did give us like, you know, this cream off-white sail material, sail color laces. Then you do have this caution cone orange, and it does look like it has green lace tips. And then this one here in green, these are actually some rope laces. They are actually a little bit different than the other two flat laces. Me personally, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and rock it with the standard white laces. And then on the inside of the sneaker, I'm not gonna take it out, but there you go. You do have more of the Jarritos branding right there on the insole of the sneaker. And for the most part, like that's pretty much it. Pretty solid sneaker. If I was actually to rate this sneaker, I would actually go ahead and give this one a 10 out of 10. Again, like I was actually sold on this one just to kind of give you like a little bit backstory. When the sneaker did actually release, I actually wanted to have this in my collection, but of course, like the hype surrounding this sneaker, it was kind of impossible to get it. So of course, like, you know, with people utilizing bots and everything, like, you know, of course if you wanted a pair of these, you definitely had to go into, you know, tap into the resale market. But I would definitely go ahead and give these a 10 out of 10. And one thing that I did forget to highlight in this video, so with the materials, the reason that they went with this canvas woven material is because it's probably, it was actually supposed to kind of like, you know, pay homage to, you know, humble beginnings, like, you know, Jarritos when they first started out. It was a situation like the soda pops that they had, they were actually carried around and like, you know, told them around like these, you know, canvas like crates and everything like that. So that was just like, you know, an element that they chose to, you know, throw into the sneaker itself. And then one more thing, like you do have like this white suede material for the ankle collar area. But other than that, man, pretty solid sneaker. If I did forget anything, definitely feel free to leave those down in the comments. But again, I'm gonna go ahead and get this sneaker a 10 out of 10. As far as comfort, I actually feel like, you know, the sneaker isn't really as comfortable as most Nike, especially for SB Dunk Low. I actually felt like, you know, it was kind of tight around like the pinky area, kind of like how Jordan 4s are. So like when it comes to sizing, I would actually recommend going up a half a size because like, yeah, you definitely want to have a little bit more room in the toe box area. And then there is like some discomfort here, like around where the laces actually start, like here for each sneaker. So like, yeah, I would definitely recommend going up just like a half size, not like a whole size or anything like that, but you definitely want to take advantage of the option to kind of go up like a half size or something, just to kind of provide like, you know, a little bit more wiggle room in the sneaker. But other than that, again, I want to definitely take the time to shout out the seller for actually, you know, gifting me a pair of these. Again, I want to always thank you guys for tuning in. Definitely make sure you stay engaged. Like I'm active on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, even here on YouTube. Everything is at the King of Soul. But yeah, man, before I get up out of here, I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a B-roll and a 360. So there you go, Nike SB Dunk Low Jarritos. So there's the front of the sneaker. There's the medial side of the right. Lateral side of the left sneaker here. There's your bottom of the sneaker. And again, they gave us like, you know, they hit of both green and orange at the bottom. There's your medial side of the sneaker. And I'm gonna let you get you guys there you go, there's the rear of the sneaker. So again, man, 10 out of 10. Like I said, a well thought out sneaker. I enjoyed the materials that they actually used, you know, to kind of, you know, create this one here. I love the fact that they did give us a few lace options, even though I didn't take the insole out. One thing that I did like was, you know, because it's like, you know, some Jarritos branding, and then they actually have like, you know, their like flavors that they be actually having for like their sodas and everything. So I don't know, man, like I said, pretty well thought out sneaker, and there was actually a few different versions of this sneaker. Like I know they actually had like a version where they actually did have like, you know, a special box, and then it did have like a couple of Jarritos sodas that actually went along with it. I'll definitely drop an image. I'm pretty sure I could find one of those online. But again, definitely thank you guys for taking the time to tune in. But until next time,